Wine time.
Wine time. So, today I decided to have a talk with my friend Sammy here.
Hello.
This is my best friend Sammy.
My name is Samuel.
Samuel.
Cheers.
Cheers. So what we want to do is
We want to create a video of awareness about what it's like to be gay.
But it's funny because I always catch myself like asking him questions like, wait, do you do this, or what's it like for this? And right now we were just talking and I go, like that I met somebody and I was like, oh, I think that person's gay, and it was like he was almost like trying to like not make me think that he was gay. So then I was like, I asked him, I was like, is it hard for like people to come out? And he's like, of course, it's like the hardest thing for us to do. When was like the first time?
Well, the first thing I want to say is that
We're so cute right now. We're drinking wine, talking about stuff.
I'm very proud of who I am, and it's taken me a lot to get to this point. A lot, and Elizabeth knows because she met me at a really young age when I was in college, and I was still finding myself. And I'm happy to say that I came out in 8th grade, but I'm fully accepted who I am, and I love myself for who I am. And my family, my community is the gay community. When I first came out, I was in 8th grade, and it was like, it was really, really hard for me. Like, I remember going into the living room, and I feel like I told you this before. Did you? No? Okay, well, I was going, bro, I'm gonna spill this fucking wine. I was going into...
Let's just be calm and collected.
We're drunk already.
Okay, but why did you come to the point that you felt like this was like, okay, in this moment I have to do this right now?
Because I fell in love with my best friend, and I was in 8th grade, and really compelled me. My friend was going through something really difficult, a difficult time coming out to her parents. So I was like,
because she was a lesbian?
Yeah, she was a lesbian. But now she's not, which is a whole different topic of like women switching sexualities. But that's a whole different subject. So I wanted to help her, and I was like, you know what? For me to help you, like, I'm gonna come out to my parents today. And
wow, it was really nice of you.
Yeah, and like I didn't think I was gonna do it because I was really scared. I was raised Christian, and I was raised Pentecostal.
What's that?
Pentecostal Christian is like when like those people who like do tongues, speak in tongues, and like and like they fall on the floor, and like it's like really like it's an intense form of Christianity. So
that's another topic to talk about because I have questions for that one too.
And then I came home and I told my mom, I was like, I kind of just like blurted it out. Like I was like, Mom, I have to talk to you. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, there's no going back now. I was like, this is it.
This
like,
is what we have to talk about.
I have to say it now. Like I go into my room and I sit her down and I was like, Mom, I was like, remember when you told me that you would love me no matter what? And she was like, yes. And I was like, well, I like guys. And she didn't have the best reaction to that, as I would say. Like, it wasn't a supportive reaction. I love you and I still support you. But she was like, but there is a wrong and then there is right. And then that's when she introduced religion into it. And at the time I was young, so I was like, it's not the answer that I wanted, but it also wasn't an answer that was bad, because she wasn't like, get out of my house.
Right, which has happened to a lot.
Yeah, which is devastating, and that's why Miley Cyrus has the program for youths who are homeless and who are gay, and that it's called the Happy Hippie Foundation, which you can donate to.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, and it helps youth who are on the streets because their parents have kicked them out and they don't have any money, and it's because they're gay.
First of all, I just want to say, like, on my part, I'm not informed at all. I forget that it's hard for you guys. I forget that, like, you every single day has to go into a world where it's not safe. You know, like, I go to the mall with my boyfriend, or I go to do this, and it's like, I don't have to double think, like, what am I doing? Is it wrong? Like, are other people going to be disgusted? And it's like, that really sucks, you know?
You have to be mindful of everybody's feelings. A lot of people in the community are very strong and are very brave, and they're willing to go out there and not give a fuck about, you know, like
they just want to be
what they want to do. And so that they'll go outside and they'll hold hands and they'll kiss, and people will be angry and they don't care.
You know, and coming back to that, I lived in Texas for 3 years, and when I first moved there, I remember sitting in my sophomore English class and people talking about this kid that was gay. One kid was getting bullied because he was gay, but I came from Miami. And not for nothing, Miami's very cultured, and we're actually a lot more liberal than you think. You'd be shocked. No.
Better than the rest of the country.
Shocked.
Better than the rest of the country.
Shocked.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, not like New York.
Let me just let you know. You would be shocked. I lived it for 3 years. Like, I'm sitting there, and these people are just so mean to this one kid, and it's just like it's so evident that he's gay, and it's like, and then like these kids like are saying like, oh, let's burn the gays, and like saying all these things, and I'm like, whoa, people, like we are so over this, aren't we? Like, and I'm coming from Miami, so I'm not thinking like these people are thinking this, you know? Probably the pizza guy.
Hello. Okay, we're coming out right now.
Can't come in. Like there's a gate.
Okay.
Sorry, quick pizza break. Okay, we're back.
And we're back with pizza.
Okay.
So what were we?
Wait, I know that you like the sauce. Actually, hold on. I need to get paper because there's a lot of grease. And I gotta dip that shit. Here you go.
When I was a little kid, I don't believe that people are born, and a lot of people are gonna hate me for this. But I don't believe that people...
No, but this is, like, whatever you have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm an opinionated person, and
and everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, everybody has their opinion, and I respect people's opinions as long as, you know, as you can respect my opinion. I believe that people are born without sexuality. Like, we're children. We're not attracted to anything. I don't believe that we're attracted to boys or girls. Like, we are just being. Right. And a lot of people like to say, oh, we're born gay. I believe that certain circumstances that happen to us make us who we are, and not to say that we have a choice, because I believe that we don't have a choice. Like, we are who we are. It's part of us, and I believe that sometimes there's a lot of different theories that go around. Like, a lot of people say that it's in DNA, or a lot of people have different theories on how you become gay, and it's kind of like a mixture of everything. Like, it could be psychological. Like, for me, I feel like growing up, I had a lot of people who used to tease me for being feminine, and I used to hang out with a lot of girls, and since I hung out with a lot of girls before puberty, they were what was kind of familiar to me. So then when puberty hit, what was the unfamiliar was what I was attracted to, because that's ultimately why we are attracted to people. When we're young, what is known to us, if you hang out with girls or if you hang out with boys, that's what's known to you. In most cases, that's what's known to you. So you kind of, like, when you hit puberty, you kind of start to think about the things that aren't known to you, and you become attracted to that.
So do you feel like you were never attracted to somebody, like, when you were younger? Because, like, I know for, like, me specifically, like,
oh yeah, you know, when those feelings start to develop, like, obviously I had crushes. Like, I remember when I was in church, I used to have a crush on boys in church. And
on boys?
Yeah,
okay,
but that was because I was going through puberty.
I'm being
that was
honest
really
here, like,
age.
When I was younger, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, you weren't attracted to boys. Like, I used to hook up with little girls all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, little girls and me would hook up all the time, or little boys. Like, I didn't care. Like,
alcohol.
We do stuff. Yeah.
I love you.
We would do stuff. I was always a very sexual little kid. Always.
Congratulations.
Woohoo!
For being brave.
I mean, I'm a Scorpio, but yes, I would hook up with little girls, and not for nothing. Most of my hookups were with girls and little boys when I was a little girl.
Yeah, and
I had one boy that I ever did, like, two little boys that I could clearly remember, like, doing sexual things with.
That's why, like, when people are like, oh, they don't have a choice, I'm like, oh, they have a choice and they pick this. It's like, no, we don't have a choice. We are a victim.
But does that make me a lesbian for, like, having done things with a girl?
Not at all. Remember how I said that we are attracted to the unknown. So maybe you had a lack of femininity in your life, and you wanted to explore that. And I feel like that's what happened to me, was that I was always with girls, like, always. I used to hang out with so many girls, and when it came time for puberty and I started having feelings for people and admiring people or crushes, what was unknown to me were boys, because I had never hung out with boys, and, like, I was like, oh my god, do they have a pee-pee? Like, I have a pee-pee? like, and girls, like, I knew what they had, because, like, I had grown up around girls, and, like,
But that's interesting that you say that, because, like, my brother, like, I always spend all the time with my brother, and, like, I'd rather hang out with my brother chocolate brood.
It's right there. Yeah.
No, I don't want
So you used to hang out with your
Anyways,
brother?
like, I used to hang out with my brother. Like, and all his friends, all his guy friends. And I always used to say, I love hanging out with boys, I love hanging out with boys, I love hanging out with boys. But I like boys. But I get you, like, I get what you're saying.
Like, it's a mix. Like,
but
we are not just one situation.
Like, I was gonna say, I love boys. Like, I'm obsessed with them. Like, I'm boy crazy.
Yeah, like, and it's a mixture of everything that's happened to us in our life. So it could be DNA. It could be that you had way too much estrogen, or you had too little testosterone, and that could affect. And that also has a lot to do with gender. And we're not even going to go into gender because gender is something completely different than sexuality and people who are transgendered. And
see, like I said, like I don't know about this stuff. Like,
yeah, so when people associate gender with sexuality, I'm just like, stop talking, because because like just because you feel like you are a woman and you're a guy doesn't mean that you're also gay. Like you can be straight, like Bruce Jenner.
I was gonna say that Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a prime example of like someone who is just feels like they're a woman, and it has nothing to do with your sexuality. Like gender is completely separate from sexuality, and they are two totally different things. But the way we come together, like the way that we are born gay or like made gay psychologically, like we have no choice. I want to make one thing clear: is that we have no choice as to what our sexuality is. Unless you're an extremely open-minded individual and you're like, I want to try something new, then that is a choice. But I didn't have a choice. I just came into being gay. I found out that I liked a boy and I fell in love with him, and there was nothing that I could do. I couldn't hide those feelings away. So, but it's a mixture of everything, and I don't believe it's just one specific thing or one specific circumstance. It's everything. Like, we are complex human beings. Our minds are extremely complex, so how can you think that it's just a choice or it's just one thing? Like, you're gonna drive me insane.
Okay, so last thing. If you could say one thing with people like being gay or in general, like anything that you could like say to the gay community, like what would you say? You know what I mean? Whether it's somebody that's not like out, or whether it's somebody that is out, but there's like anything you could say that you feel like is inside of you.
But there's a lot of things that I want to say. I never felt like I belonged to the gay community because it can be a very what's the word when people are just physical? It can be very shallow. The gay community can be very shallow. But they can also be very understanding and very loving and very compassionate. So I never really felt that I was part of the gay community. The thing that I would want to say to them is just, to become a little bit more open to everyone and to share love and to stand strong together in numbers, especially with everything that has just happened in Orlando. And my deepest condolences to the victims and their families and Marble. I was in tears all day today. I had a broken heart, and I can't even begin to imagine people who are truly affected by this. So to them, I just want to say that we all need to stand together strong, and we all need to fight for our rights, and we all need to not resort to violence and not to scoop down to the level that people are scooping down to, but to stand together with love and with unity and with compassion for other people. And that's why I love the Straight and Gay Alliance, because even though we are different and even though they will never know how we feel, I believe that that we need each other, and we should love each other, and even though we're different, that's okay, And
I just wanted to say thank you, because as a person that is uninformed, a person that I live my day to day, and I'm not thinking, oh, what's Sam going through, and what's this gay person going through, or this person that's different going through, like. I just
and there's so much more.
Yeah, and I just don't see it. But I just want to say
this is just a little bit.
Yeah, and I just...
There's things like holding hands in public, people who don't feel like they're at home when they live with their parents, or because they have such a different like perception of life. How we have to learn about sex. Nobody teaches us in sex as how to have gay sex. You know, like that's something that people are.
Very true.
That's something that people are battling for in schools right now. Is for sex education, and they have yet to show any thought about how gay people have sex. You know, how we should be practicing gay sex.
You just literally, and just I wanted. That's what I want to say. Like, you are blowing my mind. Just this conversation that we've been having, just within this talk, because I'm being so informed right now. Like. And it's just, it makes me almost like, wow, like I want to stand together with you guys, and I want to share that love with you guys, and that sucks. And you know what, people are so misinformed, like you just said, like the sex ed, like that's so true, and I don't want to say like it's like racism, but it is like racism, and because it's just misinformity. You're not being informed of another categorized of a person, and it's lack of acceptance and lack of love.
It's just different. Like
it's just different.
It's just different. Religion, skin color, sexuality. It's just different. We are different, and when we truly realize that all of us are different, all of us have different opinions, and when we can respect each other, and we can accept each other for who we are, regardless if we agree or not, then that's when we will find peace, and that's what we should be working towards. Respecting, and that's such a big word for me is respect for one another and tolerance.
And just, are you laughing because you're getting away?
Yeah.
I just, educate yourself, people, man. Educate yourself, like. And
that's why we did this.
It's just so important.
That's why we did this, because like there may be somebody on your friends list on Facebook who doesn't know anything about gay people, or who goes to church and everything that they've heard about gay people is a negative thing, and we're here to teach you that, like, it's not a negative thing, and, like, we're just humans, and we bleed red just like you, and I think that this can be a very powerful video if it's shared and if it's liked to, just open up their minds a little bit, and a video can be something so powerful nowadays. With
it really could. It really could, and I'm really excited that I kind of got into a YouTube channel, and that I started messing around with just my personal own. Sometimes I feel like my being is bigger than me, like my being is bigger than who I am, and it's just, it wants to say things, and it wants to express things, and I just have to allow it to be, and this might sound crazy, but putting a video out for me is like, like I let myself speak, what I mean? Like I have all these
and
thoughts.
We have a voice. Thank God for social media so that we can have a voice, and we can make a difference.
And I think
you guys can make a difference too. The same way that we're making a YouTube video, you can start a YouTube video and you can express your thoughts and concerns. And, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself, it's good. It's good, to try to get people to put themselves in your shoes.
Definitely.
And to look at world from a different perspective.
Definitely.
And that's what makes life worth living.
So, I want to cheers very fast. I just want to say, hey. Okay, no, I'm being serious here. Okay, look. I want to, first of all, thank Samy. And by the way,
I also want to say that I am not a pro on sexuality, and I have my own opinions that people will not agree with, but
we acknowledge you for sharing them, and that's good.
And for sharing my story to see if it would help anybody.
Definitely. First thing is, thank you to Samy for sharing his story and sharing his beliefs, and without judgment, just sharing what he feels, and that's number one. I want to say that. Number two is Samy is now a fitness guru. Like, he is so into guru, and he's really into it. And like, I mean,
this is a really bad example because we're eating like pizza.
Who cares? No,
but it's a sad day, so like I just wanted to chill and relax.
Yes, definitely. So I wanted to go ahead and acknowledge what that is. Go ahead and show them your tattoo and stuff. All right. So I'll give you 5 seconds to talk about what this is and why you're doing it. Go.
So basically, I wanted to educate and inform people about living a healthy life and a healthy lifestyle. And I know that it's really hard nowadays with so much propaganda and like people on the internet who are selling stuff. I don't want to sell anything. I just want to purely educate people, and I want people to share my videos and help educate other people on a healthy lifestyle, and it's become a passion of mine, and I wanted to share it with other people, and that's why I've created an Instagram, which is Samuel Laps. So it's basically
so spell it out.
SAMUELAPS. And you can follow me there, and you can see new exercises being done. And you can also follow my journey through this fitness journey that I've taken myself, because I'm on a journey as well. I'm not a goddess, and that's
Good
another
for you.
thing. Yeah, I wanted
Process.
I wanted average people to look at this and be inspired by average person.
And third of all, hold on, what was the third of all? Okay, to the gay community.
Yeah.
As a straight person, as a human, as another being, I promise to be more informed and to spread more awareness. Because I never knew. You know, I honestly can say that I never knew how hard it was, and it's crazy because I heard about the shooting, and when I found out that it was a gay club that was shot, I was just like, wow. I just thought it was just like a random act of just random shooting. And
we also want to express a moment of silence, you know, for the people who have died in the shooting, and the people who were injured, and the people who are fighting for their lives. And we want to say that we stand with you, and we stand strong, and that this is Pride Month, and we should be prideful of who we are, and yeah, we love you, and you know, keep fighting, and keep being who you are, and keep loving yourselves for who you are, and don't ever be afraid, and don't ever let someone take away your lifestyle, and don't live in fear, because that's what they want. They want us to live in fear, and they want to stop us. So just don't. Keep on living you, keep on being you, and live your life. And we want to say that we are so sorry for everyone who has had to go through that and who has been affected. And we hope that there will be a considerate amount of healing for those people, and our prayers go out to them as well.
Definitely. Moment of silence.
I mean, not an actual moment of silence, because you know we're in a video, but of course, I had a moment of silence earlier on in the day, where we did that in a theater. So that was nice, yeah. And I'm glad, and it's going around, like it's all around the country. And the Sony Awards too. Yeah, it's going around the country, and there's a great amount of like support.
And that's what was another thing I was gonna say is like today we do realize the amount of hate, but we also do realize the amount of love, because you know, the fact that I had a realization the other day, there's more love in this world than there is hate. It really is, and that is a great thing. And let's keep being positive.
Light will always
shine through the darkness.
Shine through the darkness, always.
So, and not to make this like a little Christian video, but I you know, I'm a very positive person, and I love being that way. So you know what? My glass is empty, but I just wanted to say.
Got more, girl.
I just want to say, guys, you know, these videos are more than anything, they're for me, like to get my voice out there, but I feel like it's such a great thing, you know, to get your voice out there and to share, and so to whoever watches it, I don't care if I get 1 view or 1,000 views, like I really don't care. It's just a good thing to do. So anyway, my heart goes out to everybody, and this is Samy, and I'm so glad we did this little wine night because it's fun. And we're gonna be doing more videos and stuff like that. So.
And comment below if you enjoyed the video.
Yeah. Give us a little thumbs up, why don't you?
And if you have anything to say, as long as it's positive, we are keeping positivity. If you have something negative to say, then just stop watching the video.
Spread the love. Spread the love.
Just X out. Click that little X and X out. Bye, guys.
Bye. Spread the love. Spread the love.